Hello, Facebook and YouTube. Let me make sure I am connected to both of my platforms. Yes, I see it. As you all are hopping on, make sure you throw me some hearts and let me know if you can hear me, and let me know where you guys are chiming in from on this lovely, what's today? Thursday? Is it Thursday, Jesus? It is on this lovely Thursday afternoon. Y'all, I know I can't be the only one who feels like your days start running into each other. But yes, throw me some hearts. I see you guys hopping on. Share this. Those of you on YouTube, make sure you share it, like it, hit the bell, and subscribe. Those of you on Facebook, make sure you start a watch party. Throw me some hearts. Let me know you can hear it. Don't be strangers. Say hello, hello, hello. I miss y'all. I so miss y'all. I feel like I got so much to share with you all and so much to tell you. Many of you know 2020 was just a year for me. I know I'm not the only one. God came in and shook some things up. Hey, sissy, I miss you. God came in and shook some things up. He came in and it felt like what my world was falling apart, but it was falling together at the same time. This is no secret. You guys know I wrote and published my first book last year, started my Spiritual Mentor Academy. I started my marriage ministry. I started my podcast. Can I just say 2020, everything that I did was not something that I saw myself doing, not something that was on my 2020 vision board. How many of you can say that? You know, God may have called you to do something or just had you do things that you were like, I didn't ask for this. I didn't sign up for this. That was my whole 2020. You guys know that I was with a company while I was going through being called and finding myself and finding my calling, my assignment, and all of that. And I say all of that to say, when I first started writing my book in February of last year, God had me step back from the marketplace to fulfill my kingdom assignments. And those of you who have been following me for years, my whole hashtag pray and obey, that's what I'm known for. Like I have to be obedient to whatever it is God is saying. Although there was a lot of chatter, so to say, I didn't step away. I stepped back to do my kingdom assignments. I was being obedient, finding myself, finding God, just everything that God was calling for me to do. Well, late November, early December of 2020, God told me to go back to YouTube, right? Okay, so you guys know I had always been going live on the book and on the gram. Like, this is my audience. This is my home. This is my baby. God was like, go back to YouTube. And I'm like, why, Jesus? Like you said, I'm in purpose now. Why are you calling me back to something that my audience is not there? But being obedient, he was already prophetically placing me to be obedient for what it is he's calling for me to do. I say all of that to say, it's never that he wanted me fully back at YouTube. I did that. I went back to the tube and I told you guys, I came on here and did a live and I was like, God is telling me now, if you want to hear my lives or, the content or the messages that he's giving me, you can catch them on the tube. God was preparing me for this very moment. He had been telling me now that I was in purpose to take my ministry into the marketplace. And I assumed it would be with the company that I was with, but he never gave me further instructions. So those of you guys who know when God speaks something, you got to be obedient, because every time he speaks it, you can't just move off the first thing he spoke. You have to wait to make sure you have your assignment or your instructions, whatever it is that God is calling for you to do. So although he told me to go back into the ministry, into the marketplace, he never said where. So while I'm waiting for God to move and on YouTube with little to no viewers over there, still doing my assignments, still obeying, still praying, still on fire for Jesus, he finally tells me, get ready, just don't forget me. I never knew what he meant with that. He just kept saying, don't forget me. Now I know, because he ended up having me go back to one of the companies that God once had me leave. And there's a lot of questions, why did you leave? Why did you leave? If y'all have been following me since I've been doing this journey with network marketing in 2013, every move I have made has been in alignment with God. So to answer all the critics or the questions, I left because God told me to leave. Like, yes, I had to humble myself. Yes, I had to have humility to come back to a place he once had me walk away from. But I say that to say also never burn your bridges, because you never know if you're going to need to cross that bridge again. I left this company with integrity. I left this company on assignment. All of that was prophetic. I didn't leave and have a change of heart. And I'm not on here to defend myself. I'm just on here to encourage anyone that may feel like God is calling for you to do something that makes no sense to you. It makes no sense to man. God is not worried about who it makes sense to. He's just looking for a people that will give him a yes and just obey him. So again, let me put that out there. This video is not to say, let me come on here and defend myself. I already have approval from the one that matters. I am on here to encourage you, whatever it is that God is calling for you to do, whatever it is that God has spoken, whatever it is, don't get so caught up and worried about what man is going to think. Who's going to think this? What are they say? What are they going to say? Are they going to support me? Are they going to follow me? Are they going to listen to it? Are they going to watch it? Are they going to read it? Are you worried about what they're thinking and what they want to do? Or are you more focused on what God has told you? That was my assignment. And I say all of that to say, we thriving, baby. We back with Lavelle. God has called me back. I'm going to be honest, I miss Lavelle. I really did, because you got to understand, when I left, there was no bad blood. I left because I was on assignment. I left because God pointed me to go in a different direction for a season. And when he told me to come back, didn't understand it, but I'm like, Jesus, if this is where you're sending me, hey, this is where we're at. So I am excited to be back. You guys know, I was with the company, I want to say back in 2018, went to the top of the company within 5 months. I will say this, being transparent and being very vulnerable. Even reaching the top of the company, my team wasn't seeing the success that I saw. So looking back at myself, how successful was I really if they weren't eating the way I was eating, if they didn't have the ranks that I had? This time around is different, and I'm not saying that it was all team me, but this time around I'm on assignment. This time around, I know what it is that God has called me to do, not to just reach the ranks again, but who can I help get there? More importantly, who can I help stay there? I didn't even stay there myself. Let me be honest about that. Yes, I hit the top of the company. Yes, it lasted for many months, but then that crumbled as well too. Because anything that's built fast, anything that's built and it's not built with longevity, that is not built with structure, or that it's just not your timing for, that too will crumble. So I'm coming on here being honest and transparent with you. This time around, not only do I want to hit it, and let me say this, because God just dropped this in my spirit. That is not why I walked away from losing rank. Like I said, I walked away because I was on assignment. I walked away because that's what I was told to do. So coming back, I'm not coming back going straight back to the top of the company. I'm coming back building this thing from the ground up. I'm coming back trusting God. I'm coming back on assignment. This time around, those who are partnering with me and have partnered with me, God has showed me a vision here. I'm just excited for not only where he's calling me, but what it is he's called for me to do in the lives that he's allowing me to change while I'm over here this time around. I don't just want to change your life financially. That was my mindset last season. That was my mindset with my previous company. That was my mindset with my first company. We going to the top. We getting all these Gucci bags and Louis bags. We traveling like, that was an old mentality. God had to strip me. God had to humble me. God had to crush me. God had to break me. God had to tear me all the way down. God called me. I accepted my call, not knowing what the heck I was going to be walking into. But I say all of that to say it changed me. It matured me. It allowed me to become the woman that God has always created me to be. So this time around, those whose lives I'm changing, I don't just want to change your life financially. That's one aspect of it. But my assignment is also to change your mindset, to change your mentality, to change your life spiritually. Because if I can change your life spiritually, I want to allow you to discover your purpose, to find your purpose, to walk into your purpose, to know your gifts, to know your calling, to know your assignment. Because if you know all of that and then you bring that into the business, there's nothing you can do because you're partnering with God. Once you partner with God, you then become unstoppable. I'm not saying when I was doing business before, I wasn't partnering with God. But if I'm going to be honest, 2020, God whooped up on my behind. He really did. I met a God I had never met before. I got to encounter a God I had never known existed. That's not the God that I was taught about. That's not the God that I grew up knowing. And although God is unchanging, we need more of his sons and daughters to be honest about, yes, God blesses you with tangible things and big houses and fancy cars and big bank accounts. But let's talk about the God who will also humble you. Let's talk about the God that when he calls you, he then leads you into the fire. He then takes you into the wilderness. He then guides you into the storm. You know, let's talk about that God. I got to meet that God. I got to experience that God. I learned more about God in 2020 and learned more about myself. And I've been with myself for 40 years now. It made me a better person. I learned things about myself that I didn't know existed. I learned things about myself, why I carry myself the way I do. But I also learned about those things that were sleeping on the inside that God was like, it's time to wake that up. It's time to stir up those gifts. It's time to stir up that calling. It's time to place your assignment in front of you. It's time for you to discover your purpose. You've been through training. Now I got to help you discover your purpose. He changed my heart. He changed my mindset. He changed my mentality. He changed my speech. He changed the way I think. He changed the way I love. He changed the way I work. He changed the way I walk. God has changed everything about me. So this time around, I don't want to just change your bank account. That's not what I'm looking for this time around. I am on assignment. If you reach out to me, I want to know, what are your goals? Why are you partnering with me this time around? Because some people are coming just to come. But I want you to be a part of something bigger. I want you to be a part of something when we realize it's not even about us. It's bigger than us at the end of the day. I want to change your mindset. I want to change your perspective. I want you to know why you were called, why you were created, what it is that God has placed in front of you, what it is that God has placed on the inside of you. That's what I want you to know. And then once you discover that, and God allows me to help you get to that place of purpose or get to that place for your kingdom assignments, once you're there and you bring your ministry into the marketplace, because believe it or not, God will call us to areas where our oil is needed, where our anointing is needed, where my light is needed in a certain place of darkness, where the key that God has given me is needed to set somebody free. And God wants to do the same thing for each and every one of you. So I say all of that to say, not only are we thriving again with our 3 steps, I'm excited about coming back. One thing I really enjoyed about this business, the products are absolutely amazing. I love the fact with our weekly pay. I love the fact with the no monthly overhead. I love the fact that I can teach my team how to run their business with no overhead, how you can become a customer and I can teach you how to get your products for free. But I love the fact that I can still do this and still do what God has called me to do. Just because he put me back into the marketplace, that's the thing. So many people get called by God and they go through their season of transition. And then when he puts them back, they begin to be of this world again. I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world anymore. Everything has changed. And I don't say that arrogant. I don't say that boasting. I say that because I went through a transition with God. I found me. I found me, the woman that he created me to be, the woman that he called me to be. Went through an entire season. After going through season after season, change after change, and transition after transition, God says, now you're ready. Now you're in purpose. Okay, Jesus, are we doing ministry full time? Because that's where I thought I was headed. With all of these kingdom assignments he's had me on, I thought ministry was going to be full time. I was ready to walk away from everything and do ministry full time. But God said, no, now I need you to take your ministry back into the marketplace. There are people there who need you. There are people who are going to be assigned to you. But now I know this time around, it's not just about the money. That's just the icing on the cake. It's bigger than that. It's deeper than that. There's more of a foundation that I want to build with you. Hello, Jenny. How are you? Hey to all of y'all on here. I definitely miss your face. So yes, I am back on Facebook as far as my lives. I'm still streaming on YouTube as well. But God had another plan. He had another plan. I'm excited. I miss business. Because the entire year that God had me step back, y'all got to understand it was all kingdom assignments. And I don't regret any of that. You know, from my book to my podcast to my ministry, to the virtual Pray and Obey Academy as a spiritual mentor, all of those were kingdom assignments. And I was okay with that. So it feels new again for him to be like, now I'm placing you back into the marketplace, because I loved network marketing. I love being an entrepreneur. But I love it even more now, knowing that I'm in purpose and that I'm sent. I've been sent here. I'm going to just keep it honest. I've been sent. You know, we say, send me, Lord. Where is it that you need me to go? God made it clear. He made it very plain, because I needed confirmation that he wanted me to come back to something that he had me once walk away from. I'm excited to be back. My team has our appetites have changed. Those who have partnered with me already, welcome. I see some of y'all on here. Our appetites have changed. Our vision has changed. Everybody won't get it. Everybody won't understand it, but that's okay. I didn't change because I was struggling. I didn't shift because it's like, oh, let me go back to something else. I shifted because I was being obedient. I turned because that's where I was called to go. And this time around, like I said, our appetite is different. What filled me once before doesn't fill me anymore. I've gone through, God had to humble me. I've gone through the more money I make and me shopping in these expensive stores. Let me snap this. Let me go on Instagram with that. I've been there, done all of that. I still had emptiness. I still have voids. Can I be honest with y'all? You know, it's so easy to reach the top and to experience success and to taste success and to make all of this money and for your tax bracket to change. Like, y'all, this isn't new to me, but there was still a void on the inside of me. There was still emptiness on the inside of me. And when God called and I accepted my calling, now I'm filled because I'm no longer, like I said, of this world. Those worldly things that did consume me, those worldly things that did satisfy me, those worldly things that made me think this is life right here, I'm not that person anymore. I'm so honored and appreciative at where I'm at with my spiritual journey. I'm excited for what God has shown me. If y'all only knew, could see this vision. And here's the thing. I also got to understand that this vision that God showed me, he didn't show it to everybody else. And I got to be okay with that. I've learned, thank you, God. One of the hardest things for me to learn and still adjusting, hello, beautiful, is that not only does everybody not see what God has shown you, some people are temporary assignments. You can't love your assignment more than you love the one who assigned them to you. And I had to learn that. My last company was an assignment. Would I have liked it to be longer? Absolutely. I grew to love, getting a new squad, new people, new team members, new all of that. But I can never be so committed and dedicated to an assignment that I miss when God is calling for me to leave all of that and go somewhere else. You can never be so attached to what God is calling you to do that you miss your instructions, you miss your revelation, you miss your downloads. Do I miss, everything that I just walked away from? I do. But I also know that season is over and now God has called me somewhere else. Some have followed me, some have stayed, and that's completely fine. Everybody won't see. God won't allow everybody to see what he has shown me. He won't even allow everybody to hear what he has spoken to me. I just have to trust and believe that those who come in contact with me, because here's the thing, thank you, God. This time around, I'm praying for divine connections, heavenly relationships, heavenly business relationships. It was different last time around. Last time around, you inboxed me, I'm going to get you signed up. Let's make you some money. Let's get you some cash. That's all I was worried about. That's all if I'm going to be honest, that's all I've been worried about since 2013 when I started. But I had to grow up. I'm not saying my intentions were bad. It was never bad. I was never just all about money and didn't care about people. But this time is bigger than that because it's purpose tied to it. Happy New Year. Yes, I'm so sorry. I forgot to say Happy New Year to all of you because this is actually my first live since the New Year. So happy New Year. But I say all of that to say, y'all, wherever it is that God is calling you, whatever he's calling for you to do, get out of your mind who's going to approve, who's going to support it, who's going to follow you, who's going to think this, who's going to think that. God is more concerned about you doing it versus who's not supporting and who's not doing it. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I think I'm more excited this time around because I know I'm in purpose. I know I'm where I'm supposed to be. It's not doing something and then asking God to bless it. This time around, I was sent. This time around, there's a purpose behind it. There's an assignment with it. There are people attached to it. There are stories that are going to change. There are lives that are going to change. And like I said, this time around, the perspective is different. I'm not just worried about the coins of it. Because when you follow purpose, profit will follow along with it. And so often, I was once that woman that I was so concerned about profit, I wasn't worried about purpose. Let me show you how to make some money. Let me show you how to change your life. Now, let me really show you how to change your life. Do you know Jesus? Do you know what he can do for you? Do you know that once you know who you are and why you were created, that you can change your life even more back in the marketplace or back into whatever business or nonprofit he's had you start? Yes, Wanda, this time I have been sent. I'm excited for what's ahead. I wish I could share more about the vision God has shown me. I haven't been released to share that, but I will say, get ready. You guys are going to see so much more. You're going to hear so much more where I'm at right now, those that I'm linking arms with, and those that I'm partnering with, and those that God has entrusted me with this time around. He's entrusted me with his people. And my biggest prayer is just always to ask God, show me how to be a proper steward over the people that you place in my life, over the things that you place in my life. Because very often we can missteward, not have proper stewardship over the people that he's entrusted us with. So this time, God, you're placing all of these people in my life. Show me how to be a proper steward over them. Show me how to see. Now, y'all, can I be for real with y'all? This time around, those who are partnering with me, whether it's business or even if it's just a customer, God, show me something about them that only you know. Show me what you want me to see. Tell me what you want me to know. And yes, they may have connected, let me join your team. How can I make money? Or let me get your product. But I'm taking it deeper than that because like I said, I've been sent. I'm on assignment right now. That's showing God that he can trust me with the people he's entrusted me with. I'm excited to change your life forever, not just financially. I want to change your life spiritually. I want to change the way you see things. I want to change the way you see yourself. This time around now, when you encounter me, when you walk with me, when you allow me to mentor you and coach you and all of that stuff, I want you to walk away from me feeling better about yourself, feeling more empowered about yourself, feeling more confident and bold about yourself. I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to stretch you. I'm going to keep digging at you and knocking at you because God has allowed me to speak to the spirit in you. God has allowed me to speak to that inner man or that inner woman that's still fighting to get out that you've yet to meet. I want you to meet the woman that I see when I look at you. I want you to meet the man that I see when I look at you. God allows me to see behind the scenes now. So that's what I want. That's what I want to be a part of. When you partner with me, I don't want you to just partner with me just looking for money. I want to change your entire life. I want to help you get closer to God. I want to help you discover something about yourself that you didn't know. I want you to see a version of yourself that you didn't even know existed. So not only do I want to change your life physically, because we thrive and we 1, 2, 3 step thriving. I want to change your life financially because if you partner with me, I can show you how to make income as well. I want to change your life mentally. The products do that too, but I want to change your life spiritually. And if you will allow me to change your life in all those aspects for what God has called for me to do, for what he's assigned and anointed for me to do, you will never be the same. Like you will be like, who is this woman? Who is this man? I didn't even know they existed. I don't know. I'm pretty sure y'all could tell just from this live how excited I am. But I also, before I get off of here, just heard that the company has a major announcement tonight. I'm excited about that because, yes, I went to the top of the company last time around when I was here. But it makes it more exciting because, again, I get to get in this thing and build this from the ground up. I didn't get any incentives coming back. It's not like, hey, if you come back, we'll put you here. Hey, if you come back, we'll pay you this here. No, hey, if you come back, you starting at the bottom just like you did when you were here last time. I had to humble myself, and I'm honored for that. Like I'm in the ground, building it in the trenches again with my team. I've always done that, but I'm excited for this announcement. The company says it's a life-changing announcement that will change your life forever. And I think the year that we've had in 2020, although that it's not gone, I think everybody needs something uplifting. They need something positive to look at. They need something. People need to have hope again. And so many of us have lost that with the year that we've gone through in 2020. 2020 stripped all of us. Everybody was affected or impacted in one way, shape, form, or another. Some of us lost so many loved ones, and my heart goes out to you. Some of us lost jobs. Some of us lost income. Some people lost their homes. And we don't discredit any of that. Everybody had to suffer some type of loss. But I say all of that to say now, here we are in a new year in 2021. What are you going to do this year so you don't repeat last year? Last year was out of our control. Nobody could do anything. Nobody could have predicted that. Nobody could have did anything to change that. But even if 2020 was a hard year and a rough year for you, what are you planning to do different this time around? Have a goal to be a better person, to see life differently, to not handle things the way you used to not see things the way you used to not react to things the way you used to, just to be better. I know it's going to take some effort. I know just because it's a new year doesn't fix everything overnight. I get that. But can we get to the point where we can hold our head high again? Where we can walk in confidence, where we can be bold for Christ, where we can finally meet the man and woman that God called and created us to be, that we can be sent out into these dark places and sent out into the marketplace and sent out into the prisons or just wherever and be replicas of Jesus. That's what I'm excited about. I'm excited for this journey. This is not the last live that you guys will see. I'm excited. I'm excited to wear my DFTs. Really briefly, let me leave you with this. Oh, God, it's like you didn't even tell them about the product. I wanted to talk about you first, Jesus. Really briefly, those of you who don't know, basically Thrive is a 3-step system. So you take your 2 capsules in the morning. We have men's capsules and women's capsules. This gives you your energy. You take this first thing in the morning as soon as your feet hit the ground. Maybe about 15, 20 minutes later, you drink your lifestyle mix. Now, I will say this. I'm going to have to give this to Lavelle. I'm not going to say every company. Every shake that I have ever tried, protein shake, meal replacement shake, whether I was with the company or not, every shake that I have ever tried, nothing topped Lavelle. I thought this even when I was where I previously just came from. I'm just being honest. Nothing topped Lavelle shakes. We got strawberry, chocolate, vanilla, apple pie. I think they got a new pumpkin, peppermint. Like, I love their shakes. They're micronized. They're very fine powder. Kind of reminds me like a baby powder. And I like it because Lavelle shake, you don't have to put in a blender. You don't have to put it with the blender bottle, the little mixer. You could even put it, sometimes I would get, well, this is empty now, but there were times if my water bottle was like halfway full, I would take my full pack of shake, and I love that they're individually packaged, but my bottle would be like halfway full, take my full pack of shake, pour it in here, shake it up. Their shakes are even good with water. Some shakes, you got to have milk, you got to have almond milk, you got to have fruit. Lavelle, all of their shakes are good to where you can have it with just water. Like, I stand behind that. But again, you take your 2 capsules in the morning, 15 minutes later, you drink your lifestyle mix, and then you apply your wearable nutrition. The before and afters that I have been posting are from before. I've been honest and transparent about that. I'm just getting my product today, so I'm excited to get back to thriving. This is your step 3. This is your wearable nutrition. Last time I was with this company and those products, I lost 30 pounds in about 6 weeks with no regimen change. I want to make sure I'm remaining compliant. No regimen change at all. 30 pounds within 6 weeks from doing these 3 steps. My vitamins first, my lifestyle mix next, and then I will put on my wearable nutrition. This fills your nutritional gaps. When I was with this company last time, I was a Zumba instructor full-time as well. So I would work out and still have my DFT on. And those of you who don't know, DFT stands for Dermafusion Technology, or you could just call it wearable nutrition. You sleep with them. It gives you more restful sleep. It's weight management. It's health and wellness. Again, it fills your gaps. So this is not a weight loss program. Everybody thinks, well, what if I'm not trying to lose weight? It fills your nutritional gaps. So if you need to lose weight, it can help you do that. If you need more restful sleep, it can help you do that. If you need more increased energy, it can help you do that. It knows what your body needs. Basically, it's like that missing puzzle piece. And when you put it on and take your 3 steps and put on your DF, it fills those gaps that you had. It's the missing puzzle piece for whatever it is that you needed. I do have an incentive for any customers that want to come on board. Message me or DM me, or you can comment on this ASAP so I can let you know the incentive that I do have. It looks like we're about to hit our 3rd promotion and we're not even 7 days in yet. 3rd rank. Like, I'm excited. Like I said, yes, I started from the bottom, building this thing again from the ground up. I have a hunger for it. I have a passion. I'm excited. I'm hungry. I'm ready to change more lives. I'm ready to help more people. I'm ready to be on fire for Jesus. Like, I'm just ready to do everything that God has called me to do. I'm ready. I'm ready. Alicia, if you on here, sis, I'm ready. I'm excited. Shout out to my sponsor, Alicia Moore. She's the one that reached out to me. And let me tell you how you know it was of God. Because she doesn't message people, just reach out to people like that. But when she did, even though she was hesitant to reach out, she didn't know that God was already preparing me to make a transition. I didn't know God was calling me back to Lavelle. He just told me to be prepared to take my ministry back into the marketplace and don't forget him. Now I know that don't forget him, because this is consuming my time again, getting back into the field, of working. So while God was preparing her to make the call to have asked me to come back, he was already preparing me to let me know a change was coming. I didn't know I was going back, but I pieced that together and got revelation when I realized that's why he had me go back to YouTube. He was already preparing me to go back to something, but I didn't know this is what it was that he was calling me back to. So I'm just excited that she was obedient to reach out, to kind of sow the seed, but she didn't even really need to sow the seed because God had already prepared me to say yes. I had already got a confirmation. So I couldn't even pull her leg and be like, well, let me think about it. Let me pray about it. I was like, what's the next step, sis? God had already been speaking this to me, but I didn't know it was here. So now here we are. Let's go. Let's run. I'm just excited. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because I feel like I got so much more to tell y'all, but I got to wait. I got to wait on some of the things to share. But again, this is not the last time you guys are going to see me. You're going to see so much more of me, so much more of my team on here as well. So many more lives that we are changing. Don't just sit on the sidelines, y'all. I have a vision for this. I have direct orders for this. I have been sent for this. I have been groomed for this. I have been assigned for this. Do not just keep watching on the sidelines. If God is knocking on your heart or tugging and you feel kind of curious about, let me see what she's talking about, please don't hesitate. The worst you could say is timing isn't good, or no, I don't want to do this. It is what it is. But I'm very excited. I'm excited for what God is doing and what he is about to do. I appreciate you guys so much. If you're interested in any of the product, how you could get paid weekly, how you could make your income from your smartphone. If y'all smartphones are not paying y'all and we still on social media and not getting paid from social media, and I told y'all this before, I've been doing it since 2013. What's that? 6-7 years now? Yeah. Yes. Let me just show you a different way. I'm not going to say my way is the best way, but you never know until you try it. So thank y'all again so much for tuning in. Don't forget to share this, even if you're hashtag Jewel, if you on here, sis, I got you. Hashtag replay. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for those of you who have supported me. Thank you for those of you who have supported me since day. Some of y'all supported me since I've been doing hair, since I was teaching Zumba, since I was with my first company, since I was with my previous company. Some of y'all been rocking with me from the beginning, and I thank you for that. I don't take that lightly that you guys, trust me, with your lives, with your money, with your health, with whatever it is. I don't take that assignment for granted at all, but I thank you for your support. Like I said, some of you have rocked with me and supported me since day one, and I appreciate that. And I welcome all of my new supporters. Some of you, your support stopped with my last company, and that is completely fine. I still love you. All support is appreciated, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Even through, because sometimes, if I'm being honest, Jesus, can I share this? Sometimes we look like a fool following Jesus. We really do. Like, he will have your life going every way, and everybody's like, what's she doing now? Why you left this? Why you started that? Why you going here? Why you moved there? Why you left that? Jesus. So if I have to be a fool for Jesus, send me. I will be the first to say that. Send me. But those of you who have supported me from the beginning, no questions asked, I love you. Even those of you that are asking questions, I love you. Those of you who have assumed and made your own assumptions, I love you too, just as much. Y'all be blessed. Stay prayed up. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.